So we were talking again before the break about the Black Atheists of Atlanta and one of their hosts, Blackson Bau, who I'm going to give them credit and say he does not represent the views of their show or the other hosts on that show, and then he's going rogue, as the vernacular says. And here's a little bit more of the crazy, homophobic, conspiracy-minded garbage that he is vomiting out.
Because you don't know the history of it.
There is clear biological evidence to show that homosexuality has a biological,
And I bet you those scientists were white, weren't they? What study do you have?
Yeah, and then secondly,
what study? No. Were those scientists white? Yes or no?
What's that?
Those scientists were white, weren't they?
But why does that matter?
Well, it matters to me because we're black.
Depend on
here's why. Here's why it matters. Here's why it matters. Because if you're not careful, even science can be racist. That's right. You ever heard of scientific racism?
No, I don't believe that. Science is based on evidence.
It is.
Actually,
It is.
Actually, I want you to get a book. It's called Medical Apartheid. If you don't think that science is racist, go get a book. And this is a lady that has studied under the doctors that had created the Ebola and also the HIV and also, I forgot what other.
I like that.
Yeah. There's another disease where your skin would come off. It's called
that's the final wheel
apartheid.
Coming off right
Look
there.
that up.
Yeah.
And it will show you that racism is alive and well in science.
Right. We're not disagreeing with you. We're saying that scientists themselves can be racist.
That's right.
See, this is another bit of evidence that these people are effing loony. I really don't know a non-profane way to talk about that. Almost
there is such a thing. He mentioned scientific racism in a part of the clip we didn't play. And that is a concept. There is such a thing as scientific racism, but it's not the science itself being racist. It's individuals or groups of people taking scientific concepts and applying them in a racist way.
And it's also the pollution of science. Science is not a worldview, as a lot of people like to throw at us. Science is not an ideology. Science is just a process. And it's a process that does everything it can to try to weed out these admitted biases that human beings have. And what really happens when those biases seep in and pollute their work, that is called pseudoscience. Yeah. What it's doing is messing around with your data or trying to apply your data in ways that it doesn't work. And here's the beautiful thing about science is that it's self-correcting. We can hold on to a bad idea for a long time or a short time, but eventually someone will point out that you're doing science wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the sort of stuff that he's talking about. The other thing, too, is the conspiracy theories just start bleeding into this thing, where he's talking about both the Ebola virus and the HIV virus being created in a lab. That is bunkum.
Yeah, that is conspiracy theories. Now, we attempted to contact the Black Atheists of Atlanta and a similar organization in the Atlanta area to get their comment on this and to make this to give them a chance to respond. We haven't heard from them yet, but that invitation remains open.
Yeah, in Black Atheists of Atlanta, I know that you can't all agree with this guy. So please make a statement, because you're looking on YouTube and Facebook and all these places this is getting promoted. This is the most attention your show has gotten so far, and this is going to shape the way that people see you.
Right.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity. This is the other thing, the reason we call it out, because we know that for somebody out there who watched this on TV, this is their first exposure to atheists. That this is going to color the way they treat all of us. And like we said, we get angry at religious people when religious people stay quiet, when people in their community say hurtful, bigoted things, and we would be hypocrites if we did not call them out.
Yeah.
And I think absolutely that's what we're doing. In fact, I think we should just directly call them out. We have a telephone number. You can give us a call, 584-1480, and we'll be here next week as well. And
absolutely.
We don't just welcome your call, we challenge you. Bring it. Bring it. Come on the program. Let's talk about it.
Either double down on this horrible, conspiracy-minded bunk, or call it out. Disavow this guy. Say, you know what? This guy does not speak for the Black Atheists of Atlanta.
And if you don't want to challenge us, just a statement somewhere, and we'll go find it. But call us. Be a part of this conversation. I don't want this to be one-sided. We want to give you a chance to refute.
A lot of times when a public persona, somebody says something hurtful or bigoted, they try to crawl under a rock. Now is the time to sort of man up. Be an adult on this. Own what has been said on your show, and make it good. Make it better.
Or say you were wrong. We have to accept that.
Yeah.
If that's what he chooses to do, we have to accept that. If that is now his opinion,